What's up, guys? Today I'm going to talk about an area of guitar effects that maybe gets overlooked because of all the awesome delays and distortions and flangers and phasers and fuzz and choruses and wahs and ran out of stuff. Anyways, I think this could be one of the most underrated pedals that a lot of guitar players perhaps don't consider. And if you have an EQ pedal, then maybe you'll agree with me. This is a really awesome thing for shaping your tone and really just being a mad scientist. The intricate details that will help you just get from that 99% to 100,000% of tonal goodness. So today I'm going to show you the EQ pedal that I use, but I'm also going to give you an overview of EQ in case you have like a different brand pedal or whatever. This isn't a sponsored video. This is all about EQ. And before we get started with the actual guitar stuff, I want to let you know what EQ does in case you've never used it or heard of it before. Basically, EQ does this. Testing, 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 EQ, 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 EQ. Wow, I sound so crazy. Wow, I sound so wild. As you can see, I was using post-production EQ, which is EQ that happens after you've recorded some audio. That's kind of like the mixing stage EQ, which a lot of people may associate the term EQ. By the way, it means equalization. They may associate that terminology with the mixing process, but using an EQ guitar pedal is really beneficial for those of you who play live or just want to have the best tone possible all the time. And it can work with an amp like I have set up here, or it can work with plugins. It's always relevant to use no matter what situation you find yourself in. So some general applications for EQ in the form of a stomp box like this is if you want to sweeten your guitar sound, and that would mean boosting the frequency at a certain point in that frequency range. Or if you want to get rid of some of the mud in your guitar signal. Maybe you have a sick amp, but every time you turn it up, it starts getting rumbly and muddy sounding. Perfect time for some EQ. What I find most useful for an EQ pedal in my own guitar playing is the tone shaping you can do to a distorted sound. So I want to have the sweetest, most like epic Guitar Hero distortion I can possibly get, and it's not always easy to find that with just using the amp dials. So I'm going to show you how I go through that process. So now, without further ado, let's get some guitar sounds happening, shall we? Here are some chords. Okay, so that is my bare bones sound, a little dark for my taste. This is already kind of a darker, warmer sounding guitar, so I definitely want to spruce that up a little bit, add some high end in there. And here is how I do that. So the Empress Effects Para EQ, that means it's on. These little switches up here indicate different frequency ranges. So normally with guitar, you want to attack the medium and wide cues. The tight or narrow cues are not necessarily going to be as noticeable in an electric guitar as they would be in, say, a DI'd acoustic guitar. So I'm going to change all of these to the medium cue setting. Right here we have a pad, so I don't need a pad. I'm going to go ahead and put that to 0 so there's no signal loss when I have this pedal on. So if we want to clear out some of the mud, we can actually cut out some of these lower frequencies in the like 300 to 400 hertz range. And we can also add a little bit of brightness to our guitar by boosting in the 1 to 5K range, which I would say is right around here. That's about where I would set it. And then these three knobs here determine the amount of boost or cut applied to the frequency bands. So at 12 o'clock here, there is nothing going on. No boost or cut is being applied. So we want to pull out, like I said, some of that boominess, some of the mud, and we want to pump up some of that 1 to 5K range for the guitar. So without, this is what I had to start with. And now can feel a little bit of sparkle coming. Let's also address maybe some really high frequencies. Maybe this is just kind of like a weird anal type thing to do, but feel those frequencies. Very hard to detect, maybe impossible, but I don't know, it's something about it. Before. You feel that warmth? Let's try it with a big chord. That's what I'm talking about. So I know it seems really kind of not sexy, an EQ pedal, but that little difference right there is going to allow you to hit those screaming bends and get that feedback that you want, or really have articulated notes within big chords if you have distortion on. As you can see, I'm doing this with clean to start with, so you can really get a feel for how small of a difference you can make and how big of a difference it will make when I go to turn on the distortion, which is going to be right now. So here's my dirty sound just right out of the amp. Sounds pretty awesome. No reverb or anything, just straight amp. But now I'm going to show you how much better that can get with just a little tweaking of an EQ pedal like this one. So I'm going to keep with the clean settings that I had before, because generally that'll apply to the distorted stuff quite nicely. So here we go. Before. Those are the settings that I pretty much stick to with this pedal when I'm using it, and I use it pretty constantly. I want to show you this boost function because this is not a volume boost. This is a boost of awesomeness, as I would say. So basically what that boost option does for you is a really unique thing. It gives you the opportunity to boost an already cooking tube amplifier. As the Para EQ manual states, it actually allows you to find musical overdrive excellence. So as you can hear, it gives you that extra juice when you want it. No need for a boost pedal, it's already built into your EQ pedal. Another reason why I love this particular EQ pedal from Empress. Check out EQ pedals, they're awesome. They can do wonders for your tone. Obviously I love this particular EQ pedal, but you can check out other brands if you want to. I like this one because it has the boost option. That really is a game changer for me. It allows me to have one less space taken up with just a boost pedal on my pedal board. So I hope this was a fun little trip that we got to take together, and until next time, keep shredding.